What's up? So Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies has finally been revealed, and of everything that we saw, the thing that I am most excited for are actually perks. Treyarch has confirmed that we're going to be getting an upgradable perk system for the first time ever, and it's something that I am super excited about. By Black Ops 3, the perk system was a little bit stale, and in Black Ops 4 they did try to innovate, but it didn't really hit the mark. And so I have a feeling that with this new upgrade system, Treyarch is going to do a really good job with it. And so what I want to do today is go in depth and actually look at what I expect this sort of upgrade system to look like. So far, the perks that we know are going to be in the game are Juggernog, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, Deadshot Daiquiri, and a new perk, Elemental Pop. But it seems like it has been confirmed that there will be a sixth perk returning as well, but we're not quite sure. A lot of people have been saying that the weapon system is going to be changing, so in my mind, that kind of rules out double tap. And so with that in mind, I'm thinking it's either going to be a new perk or stamina. But so what we're going to look at in this video are the perks that we know and love and how they might work in an upgrade tree system. Now, before we go any further, I just want to take a second to thank UniConverter for sponsoring today's episode. For those of you interested in content creation, UniConverter is another great software part of Wondershare's catalog, which can help you get started into YouTube. UniConverter allows you to convert over 1,000 different video and audio formats at 30 times the speed of other converters without any quality loss. This allows you to get the content you need without the hassle. Even better though, it also works as a video editor and a screen recorder, so it's really an all-in-one software. Back when I first started YouTube, I used a really old MacBook. It was horrible, and this is something that would have been really helpful. And so I hope that this might be something that can help you guys. And if you're interested, you can follow the top link in the description to go download it. So thanks again to UniConverter, and now let's get into it. If you guys could just subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video, that would be awesome. And without further ado, let's first talk about Quick Revive. So if you look at all the perks returning, I've noticed a bit of a trend. You can kind of see that almost every perk fills an individual role. Quick Revive is a support-focused perk, Speed Cola is a tactical focus, Jug is obviously health. And so that's how I've decided to break down these upgrades. So starting with Quick Revive, this is obviously a support-focused perk. And I really like the idea of a tree system, so that's how we're going to do this. Now, for Quick Revive, there are going to be 2 trees, and the 2 trees are solo and co-op. So when you initially get Quick Revive, it works as it always does. In co-op, it decreases the time to revive players, and in solo, it just picks you back up. Now, first of all, let's look at the co-op tree. Players who mostly play with friends would obviously want to go through this upgrade system first. So the first upgrade that we have is gain a damage boost upon being revived. This is a nice small bonus that would make Quick Revive better. You down, you lose all your perks, you're at a bit of a disadvantage. So when you spawn back in for maybe 15 seconds or so, just giving you something to get yourself back up and going. It'd be nice. Next up is bonus points for reviving allies. Now this could very easily be exploited, so there would have to be some balancing stuff, but the thing I really like about this is that it would incentivize people to revive teammates more. The next one would be simply further decreasing the time it takes to revive someone. This is straight out of Black Ops 2's perma perk system, where it basically halves the time to revive people again. And then the last available upgrade in the co-op tree for Quick Revive would be the ability to spawn back with one weapon when you bleed out. Basically like the Arms Grace Gobblegum from Black Ops 3. As for tree number 2, this would be for people who primarily play solo. And you're gonna see that these trees kind of mirror each other. So the first upgrade is that you would gain a slight speed boost upon being revived. I figure a speed boost in solo is a little bit more useful just to get up and get out of the area. The next one is just to make Quick Revive free in solo. It's 500 points, it's not really a big deal, but maybe that 500 points at the start of a game could give you a slight advantage. The next one would be the ability to choose when you want to be picked back up. Sometimes you're down and you need a breather, but other times you need to get straight back up and keep going. And I think it would be nice to have the choice within maybe like say a 30-second window. And lastly, I don't see why not, but add a 4th use for the Quick Revive perk. I really don't think that would do too much to make zombies easier, but it would be a nice little bonus. So you have those 2 trees. You can upgrade both through any time, but you only get to choose one of those in game. But then say once you get through a full tree, you move on to the group upgrades. So the first one that we have is keep 1 perk after downing. The second one is you don't lose points when downing. And the last one would be something like you get a more powerful weapon when down. Again, some of these things are pretty good. Some of these things are very subtle, but I think when you add it up over time, all in total, it will actually make big differences. And now for the final aspect of perk upgrades. So upon going through one of your trees and then the group section of upgrades, you would have one final upgrade. And this is what I want to call the equalizer. Kind of think of it as the specialist ability of the Black Ops 4 perks, but way better. Really, it's more like taking a page out of Call of Duty Ghosts Extinction. Basically, they had class abilities where for like very brief times you would make yourself super OP just to like get yourself out of a pinch. And so I think it would be really cool if each player could go ahead and choose one of the perks to have an equalizer ability. And I think the most fitting thing for an equalizer ability that's like a one-time use basically in game is essentially a Phoenix Up. So this would be a one-time use in game, and basically you revive all teammates instantly if they are down. Whether they spawn back with perks, sure, maybe. But again, this would be like a one-time use, you're in the Easter egg, you gotta clutch it sort of thing. Only one player can have this ability per game, and you only get one of these equalizers. So with that said, hopefully the flow of this video makes sense. Now let's move on to Speed Cola. In my head, Speed Cola is the tactical perk. So obviously its starting effect is Speed Cola, it decreases your reload time. But we're actually gonna be merging a lot of other ideas into Speed Cola. So this is like the blending of multiple perks and gobblegums into one perk now. So the two trees for Speed Cola are ammo focused and tactical focused. So the first upgrade here would be that max ammos refill your clip. It's a small change, but 10 small changes can make a big difference in a game. Next up, we have carry more ammo. I don't know, 20%, 30% maybe? The next one is more loosely related to resources, but this is a faster cooldown time on, say, your specialist or other things that are going to be in the game. And the last one I thought we would pull from the idea of stock option. And so basically make it so that ammo is taken from a player's stockpile for the first 30 seconds of each round. Now, as for the second tree, again, this is going to look at tactical abilities. So the first thing we're going to have is aim down sights faster. Next up is throw grenades faster. Next one is switch weapons faster. And lastly, melee attacks are faster and do more damage. So again, I mean, Speed Cola makes your hands move faster, so all of these things could work into that, and they're kind of related. Now, this is where it gets cool. Electric Cherry is probably not returning, but what if they just merged Electric Cherry into Speed Cola? So once you get through one of your trees into the group upgrades, one of them is Electric Cherry. Shoot jolts of electricity while reloading. Perfect. And I think the other upgrade that would work well in this is just even a faster reload time than what Speed Cola grants. And lastly, the equalizer. All players have unlimited ammo in their clip for 30 seconds. So again, a one-time use. Maybe this one could be a recharge rate, but I still think that might be OP. So say all players have unlimited ammo in their clip for 30 seconds, you just go all out, and that's your ability. Be great for boss fights, be great for final stands. I would really like to see something like this. Now, next up, we have Deadshot Daiquiri. So in my mind, Deadshot Daiquiri is kind of like the weapon-focused perk. It's the perk that focuses on your ability to use a weapon. So the starting effect is going to be the same as always. It basically changes it so that the aim assist snaps to zombies' heads, and then you also get a decreased spread. Now, I thought for the trees, it could be a weapon-specific focus. So tree 1 is going to focus on precision weapons, mainly snipers. The first upgrade that we have here is sniper kills get extra points, very similar to the sniper longshot perma perk from Black Ops 2. The next one is going to be gain a damage boost when on a headshot streak. This is taken straight from Black Ops 4. The next one we have is sniper shots do more damage at range. And lastly, just a straight up 1.3 times headshot multiplier. And this is taken exactly from the Black Ops 2 Deadshot perma perk. Now, as for the second tree, maybe you're not a precision player, maybe you like destruction. Well, this tree is going to focus on players who like using shotguns and explosives. So the first one is going to be that shotguns give you extra points. One of the annoying things about not using an SMG or an AR is that you get less points, and this is basically to make up for that. So instead of 50 or 60 for a kill, make it 100. The next one is going to be the exact same, but for explosive weapons. Make it so explosive weapons give you more points. This would open up the game so that you're not forced to always use an automatic weapon to get points. Now, next up for this section, something to buff shotguns, I thought we could add range. And lastly, let's have an upgrade that increases both the range and damage of explosions. So those are your two trees, precision or destruction. And then once you get through one of those, you would move on to your group upgrades. The first one, pretty simple, but I think we'd all like it. Decreased recoil. Now, next up, we're taking something straight out of Black Ops 4, and it's the specialist ability for death perception. And so this basically makes it so that you deal extra damage to special enemy weak points. So for example, Brutus's helmet, Panzer's light, or a Thrasher's spore and face. And lastly, of the upgrades, because this is the weapon focused perk, we're going to move Mule Kick into this. And basically it's going to make it so that you can carry a third weapon permanently. It's going to be the final upgrade before the equalizer, so it'll take a lot to get there, but obviously it's going to be super useful. And lastly, for the equalizer, since this is the weapon focused perk, what I thought would be really cool is make it so that weapons do double damage for 30 seconds. Maybe this would be a little bit overpowered if players used it in unison with the last one where it gives you unlimited ammo, but I think that this would be really cool and really fun. Again, you're in a boss fight, it's like, all right, hit that and just like go ham on the boss or something like that. Now, next up, I want to look at stamina. This has not been confirmed in any way that it's going to be in the game, but when I look at the perks from this perspective, it seems like stamina would be the most logical to throw in. And that's because it's a movement focused perk. So starting effect, as always, increased sprint duration and faster movement. As for the trees, we're going to have passive movement as the first section. So this is what I would probably go with. It's for people who just want to train and have really good stamina. So the first one is that stamina regenerates significantly faster. The second is going to be faster sliding. Just make it so that when you master the sliding technique, you can just go if you need to cover ground. This isn't going to make training easier, but it's going to be able to let you get around the map faster, and I would appreciate that. And lastly, super simple again, but just a further increase in movement speed. Obviously, it can't be too fast because it's just going to make training really easy, but just a slight boost. Again, when you add everything up, it makes a difference. Now, the second tree I thought would be for people who like to train, but in a more offensive way. Offensive movement. So the first upgrade is going to make it so that you walk faster while aiming. Classic perk we saw as a gobblegum, as well as in like every multiplayer ever. Next up, it's another gobblegum firing on all cylinders, and this is basically going to allow you to fire while sprinting. And then lastly, because obviously like the other version of Stamina Up is really good, we're gonna add in Blaze Phase from Black Ops 4. So this will basically make it so that players can occasionally boost forward at extreme speeds to kill zombies in your path. It would have a charge time, and maybe you would have to take damage. Certainly this could be another OP thing, but I think it would be really good to balance out these two trees. Now, I can't really think of anything that would apply generally to Stamina Up, but if you have any ideas, feel free to let me know. But I do have a sick equalizer. Double movement speed and infinite sprint for 30 seconds. Teammate downs on the other side of the map, pop this bad boy on and you go. Doing a speedrun and you've got a long straight section, pop this and go. You're in a boss fight and you're gonna die. I mean, it would be another sick thing. Zombies is so movement focused, and I think having an equalizer or special ability that really sits on that would be cool. I know this is something that the community could get super creative with as well, so be cool to see. And now lastly, guys, we're going to look at Juggernaut. Now, I didn't really want to talk too much about Elemental Pop, simply because we don't know exactly what that perk's going to do. It sounds like it's gonna work similarly to the double pack upgrades from Black Ops 3. So none of the perks that I talked about have any effects like that, but because we don't know enough about Elemental Pop, I didn't really want to talk about it. However, we do have Jug, and this is going to be a good one. So, as always, starting effect, why change what's not broken? Let's just make it so that with Jug, it now takes 5 downs to hit as compared to 2 or 3. Now, the two trees here are going to be the exact opposite. The first one is training, and the second one is for camping. So we've got 3 upgrades for the training tree. The first is that when your player is sprinting, they gain an additional point of health. So let's say, okay, you get 4 hit and you're red, and then you start sprinting, but a zombie swipes you, you would survive that. It's nothing too over the top overpowered, but I think adding this in would actually allow for the game to get a little bit harder and kind of like feel more intense. Like make the game harder, but give players just a little bit more health. The next thing that we're actually going to have is a play off of PhD Flopper. So PhD as it sat was a little bit overpowered. What I propose for this side of a PhD upgrade is basically explosive damage hurts you, but it can never down you. So if you just shoot a rocket launcher at the ground, you will go red, but it would actually take a zombie to get you down. Basically making it so that you can play offensively and actually have a good time with explosives, but you still have to be careful. You can't just sit in the corner and spam like an idiot. And now as for the final upgrade of the training section for Jug, this would actually just be Widow's Wine. I don't think Widow's Wine is going to return either, so why not add it into Jug? I know I think to simply add Widow's Wine to Jug would be a little bit overpowered, so you might have to haul it back just a little bit. Maybe instead of that like very abrasive and intense web, just kind of reel it in and, you know, make it stop zombies for like a second, but it's not near as good as it is. Like a nerfed Widow's Wine, I think that'd be perfect. But with that said, if you choose to play a camping style, well, the second tree is right for you. So the first upgrade is basically Stronghold from Black Ops 4. After standing still for 10 seconds, gain 1 to 2 additional points of health. Not sure how many would be fair yet, but probably only one. The second, we're actually going to take a page out of Minecraft, and this is going to be thorns. Zombies take damage when they touch you. How much? I don't know, maybe half, maybe a certain amount. Hard to say. This would basically be similar to Widow's Wine, where like that, you have only a certain amount of thorns per round. And then the last thing we have is the other PhD variant. And this would just be simply take less explosive damage. So you can still kill yourself, but it would be a lot harder to. Now, once you get through your training or camping tree, you then move on to the group section. The first one, we're going to take another page out of PhD, and this is going to be take less fall damage. Still going to have fall damage, but maybe cut it in half. The next one is going to be flinch less from taking damage. Now, depending on the mechanics of the game, this might not even be a thing, but if it is, I think this would be a cool addition. The next one is going to be regenerate health faster. Now, obviously it can't be significantly faster, but say maybe even 5 to 20% faster. And now we've got two more. These might be a little bit crazy and OP, but they're really fun. So the first one would make it so that players occasionally survive one-shot kill attacks. So maybe a 1 in 5 chance, and make this so even that when you don't have Jug, it's a viable or something. So let's say you accidentally let a Margwa slam you. You have like a 1 in 5 chance that it will not kill you. Something weird and sort of chaotic to the nature of zombies. And as for the last one, this would actually add 1 more point of health. Now, people are gonna say, Patrick, that is really overpowered, and I'm gonna disagree. The reason I'm gonna disagree is because Black Ops 2 actually had a thing called Perma Jug, which gave you a 6th point of health. And really, it didn't add that much. Usually, if you get hit 5 times, it's because you're trapped in a corner and you're going to get hit 6, 7, 8 times. So I think adding a single point of health wouldn't be too much. Obviously, it would be the final upgrade, so not everyone is gonna have it. But I thought it could also work as something that doesn't automatically renew. So maybe you only get it once a round. If you get hit 5 times, you survive, but then if you get hit 5 times the next time, you would down. Basically make it recharge every round or something like that. As for the equalizer, this is straight out of Call of Duty Ghosts Extinction. Upon activating your equalizer, you basically create an impenetrable sphere of energy around you. This would last for 15 seconds. Your teammates can enter in, but zombies and other enemies cannot. And maybe it could be recharged, but probably again, you would only get it once a game. And ladies and gentlemen, that is my take on my sort of wish list for the upgrade system of Black Ops Cold War Zombies perks. Yeah, big video, but it's a lot of fun to make. I don't know if a tree system will be implemented, but I can guarantee you that the upgrade system is going to at least look something like this. I mean, there's only so many ideas and perks that you can have in a game, and I promise you, so many of them are going to be things we've seen before. Whether that's specialist abilities from Black Ops 4 or gobble gums from Black Ops 3 or even perma perks from Black Ops 2, I think we're gonna see a lot of that reused in these upgradable perk systems. That and adding other perks into these perks. So Electric Cherry into Speed Cola, Blaze Phase into Stamina, and PhD and Widow's Wine into Juggernaut. Now, with all that said, let me know what you guys thought. As well, make sure to subscribe to this channel and leave a like. But the other thing is if you guys could go over and subscribe to the second channel, Nifty Smith. We are getting really close to 100,000 subscribers, and your love would be super appreciated. Thank you guys so much. If you want to see more speculation videos like this, I would love to go in and just talk about it. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, you freaking nerds.